Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. You're all very welcome to Monday morning's Move, Breathe, and Stretch class. We've got 25 minutes of Move, Breathe, and Stretch class. We're going to begin this morning in Tadasana at the top of our mat. So, standing in mountain pose, feet hip width and distance. Taking your hands down by your side. Standing tall like a mountain. Grounding your feet into the mat. Engaging your leg muscles. Engaging your core muscles. Drawing your shoulders up towards your ears, draw them back and then draw them down. Continue to stand tall. Inhale, raise your hands back up overhead. Let's go through 5 rounds of Ardha Surya Namaskar. Look up towards your hands. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale to a halfway lift, look forward. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward again. Root the eyes, push your feet into the mat, take your hands to the side, bring it back up over your head. Inhale. And exhale, hands back through your center line and by your side. So we'll do 4 more rounds. This time we'll do a continuation during the rounds. Inhale, we'll keep moving. Raise your hands back up over your head. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale to look forward, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold again. Root the eyes, push your feet into the mat, take your hands back up over your head. Inhale. Look up towards your hands. Exhale, refold. All the way back to your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Again, push your feet into the mat. Inhale, bring your hands back up over your head. Look up. And exhale, we'll refold again. Release your fingers back to your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Look forward. Exhale, fold forward. Root the eyes, push your feet into the mat, take your hands back up over your head. This time you take your hands up over your head, take your right hand, grab your left wrist and sway yourself towards the right, C-shape your body. Feeling a nice stretch down along the left side of your body, your rib cage, in on your lats. And then bring it back to the center. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist and sway yourself the opposite way. Take another breath here, inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands back to the center. As you bring your hands back to the center, take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Squeeze your palms in towards each other and just straighten your hands as much as you can. Inhale to lift your chest. Look forward or look up. Exhale, slightly bend your knees and fold forward. And release your hands back up over your head. Take one deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Release both fingertips back to your mat and lift your chest as you inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forward. Push your feet into the mat, take your hands back up over your head. Inhale, look up, reach up. This time exhale, bring your hands back through your center line and by your side. Nicely done. Let's continue with Surya Namaskar A. So we'll go through 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A to continue to build heat in our body. So standing in mountain pose. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, tall mountain. Look up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Release your fingers back to your mat. Uttanasana. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. As we exhale, step back into our first plank pose. Left leg steps back, right leg steps back. Push them out away if new plank pose. Round your upper back. Firm up your rib cage and your thigh muscles. If plank pose is too much, drop your knees. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower to your mat. You can drop your knees to the mat. You can also bend your elbows and lower all the way to your mat with resistance. Inhale to Cobra pose. Elbows tuck in against your rib cage. Look forward. Shoulders draw back. Exhale, push your hands back into the mat. And then make your way back to your first downward dog. So for downward dog, feel free to walk it out. You're probably feeling a lot of tension along the back of your legs. So bend one knee, bend the other knee. Maybe sway the hips side to side. Take a moment to linger in any areas you're feeling tension. Downward dog. Come into a still downward dog. Again, feet are hip width and distance. Push them out away from you as you work your heels back towards the mat. So try not to let your chest come forward. Draw your chest towards your thigh muscles that direction. Take one more breath here in downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Look forward towards your hands. Come right up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Step, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold forward. Root the rise, push your feet into the mat, take your hands back up overhead. Inhale, reach and ground. Exhale, hands back through your center line. And by your side, nicely done. 2 more rounds. Inhale, raise your hands, look up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale to look forward, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to your mat again with resistance, so keep pushing the mat away from you, bend your elbows. Inhale to cobra pose, Bhujangasana, look forward. Exhale, push back into downward dog. And we'll take about 5 breaths in downward dog. So our target area in downward dog is the back of the legs, right through the spine. If you really tighten your hamstring muscles, you can take a slight bend in your knees and then push your hands into the mat. Lift your sit bones. Holding downward dog for another 2 breaths. Transition to the top of your mat, look forward, come up on your tippy toes, step, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Root the rise, push your feet into the mat, take your hands back up overhead. So you're reaching up, your feet are grounding into the mat, your navel is drawn in. And exhale, hands back through your center line. And by your side, let's flow through one more Surya Namaskar A. Inhale to Urdhva Hastasana, raise your hands. Exhale, fall forward and down. Uttanasana. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. As you exhale, place your hands, step back, plank pose. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower through Chaturanga Dandasana or 2 Chaturanga Dandasanas, halfway down. Inhale to Cobra pose or upward dog. So upward dog is a deeper back bend. Exhale, push back into downward dog. As you come back to this downward dog, I want you to focus on your breath. Observe where your breath is at this moment. So if it's going a little bit quick, slow it down through deep breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose. Deep inhale and slow exhale. Transition to the top of your mat, look forward to your hands, come right up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, step, walk or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Push your feet into the mat, take your hands back up over your head, inhale, root the rise. Exhale, hands back through your center line, and by your side. Let's add a few standing postures in our Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, raise your hands. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, step back. Inhale and plank. Exhale through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to back bend. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, raise your right foot back and up behind you. Come right up on the ball of your left foot and step your right foot in between your hands. Coming to crescent lunge, bending into your right knee, tracking it over your ankle. Now take your hands to your hips. As you take your hands to your hips, bend into your right knee another bit. Straighten your back leg and tilt your pelvis back. So we should be feeling a nice stretch down the front of that left leg. Inhale to raise your hands. And relax your shoulders. Soften your gaze. So your breath is consistent. Drawing up through your pelvic floor muscles. Engage in your core muscles. Engaging Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. What this does, it locks energy inside us, so builds strength from the inside out. Creates a lift in our practice from our transitions from one posture to the other. Now bring your hands into a prayer position. Thumbs touching your sternum. Bring your chest forward. Begin to shift the weight into your right leg. I'm going to shift my right leg back a bit. Shift your weight into your right leg. Lift your left leg off the mat. Warrior 3. Hands to prayer. Option 1. If your balance is a little bit uneasy, you can bring your hands back and forth to a prop or to your mat. Full option, both hands out in front of you. 3 more breaths here. Try and stick with it. Straighten the standing leg as much as you can. Find the gaze. Gaze at one point. Your drishti point. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slightly bend your right knee. Step your left leg back to the back of your mat. This time you're going to ground your left heel to the mat. Inhale to raise your hands up over your head. So warrior one pose. Bending into your right knee. Tracking it over your ankle. Taking your elbows to the side to cactus hands. Lift your chest. Lift your heart. Inhale. Look forward or up. As you exhale, take your left elbow into your right elbow, wrap your hands around each other. Now work your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Drawing your shoulder blades down your back. So fingertips work up, shoulder blades down your back, and you can reach your elbows away from you. Broaden your upper back. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to release your hands down. Inhale, reaching back up over your head. Now take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Squeeze your palms in towards each other. Straighten your hands and straighten your front leg. Shorten the distance in your stance if you like. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, fold forward. So your front knee is going to want to bend. Try not to let it. Straighten it as much as you can. And work your hands out over your head. The Parsvottanasana variation. So focus on the upper body, opening the chest, the shoulders, as well as the back of the right leg. Release both hands back to your mat. Inhale to lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Now place your left hand to the outside of your right ankle or anywhere along that left leg. Right hand to your hip. If you're a little bit uneasy in your balance again, you can step your left leg out to the side or you can step it forward. Stack your shoulders right on top of left. Inhale to raise your right hand up over your head. Parsarita, Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Get a nice twist to your spine. Just release trapped energy. Release tension. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Place both hands on your mat. Frame your foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Option 1 is downward dog. Option 2 is chaturanga dandasana. Roll over your toes, chest forward, shoulders roll back. Exhale back into downward dog. Take a deep breath in downward dog. As you exhale, side out. Inhale, raise your left leg back and up. Look forward towards your hands. Step your left foot in between your hands. If your left foot only goes a small bit, just help it forward. Push it into mat. Inhale to crescent pose. Raise your hands. Exhale, bend into your left knee another bit. Relaxing your shoulders. Nicely done. Cactus hands, elbows to the side. Open your chest. Inhale. Exhale. This time, right elbow into left elbow. Wrap your hands around each other. Hands back to back or grab your shoulders. There are 3 options. This is an option for everyone. Inhale, raise your hands. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Release your hands down. Inhale and back up over your head. Just notice I've done that pose a little bit premature, a little bit early. Hands into prayer position. Thumbs touch your sternum. Bring your chest forward. Shift the weight into your left leg. Lift your right leg off the mat. Hands to prayer. Back and forth to your mat. Or both hands out in front of you. Go for it. Challenge yourself. This pose helps strengthen the standing leg. Stabilizes the ankle, the knee, and the hip joint. It improves balance and concentration. Keeps you present. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Warrior 1. Slightly bend your left knee. Step your right leg back. Inhale, raise your hands up over your head. So this was the pose I should have done eagle hands, but we did it anyway. Left knee bends. So warrior 1 pose, your back heel is grounded. Again, straighten your front leg. Hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms, straighten your hands. Inhale to look forward or up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Notice what that front knee wants to do. Wants to bend, straighten it. And fold forward. And reach your hands out over your head. Inhale, look forward again. And exhale, refold. Scoop your navel in. So massaging your abdominal organs. And every exhale, see can you get a little bit deeper. Release both hands back to your mat. Inhale to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, place your right hand to the outside of your left ankle, left hand to your hip. Twist. Stack your shoulders. Inhale, raise your left hand when you have your balance. Look up towards your left hand. You can look to the side or you can look down, wherever your neck allows. Taking 2 more breaths here. Revolve triangle. Nicely done. Unwind. Frame your left foot. Step back to plank pose. So come up on the ball of your back foot. Step your left leg back to meet your right leg. Plank pose. Again, your option 1, push back to downward dog. Option 2, you slowly lower. Halfway down or all the way down. Roll over your toes, bring your chest forward. Inhale to back bend. Exhale back into downward dog. Excellent. So taking downward dog. And we use downward dog as a resting pose. Yes, it's quite an active resting pose. But after that flow we've just been through, we do realize it is a resting pose. It's a mild inversion. Slows down your heart rate. From here we're going to transition to lizard pose. You have a few options. You can drop your knees to the mat and step your right foot outside your right hand. That's right foot outside right hand. And the next option then is inhale, raise your right foot back and up over your head. Exhale, step your right foot outside your right hand. Lizard pose. So your options for lizard pose. Option 1, you slightly bend your elbows. If having your knee off the mat is too much for you, just drop your knee back to the mat and point your toes away from you, of your left foot. That's option 1, is elbows bent. You can maybe creep your hands out a little bit, get a little bit deeper into your hips. But engage all the muscles down along your left leg. Engage your quads, engage the glutes, the hamstrings, calf muscles. Maybe slide your hands out a little bit further. Nicely done. Walk your hands back in. If your hands are out, drop your left knee to the mat. Walk your hands over towards the left hand side of your mat. And let's come to what I call fragging pose. So it's half frog and half dragon. Roll to the inner edge of your left knee and slide your left heel back a bit. Yeah, roll to the inner edge of your left knee. Slide your left foot back. Okay, the toes, you're still pointing the toes of your right foot up towards the top of your mat. So right leg is in dragon or lizard. Left leg is in frog. And just slide your hands out a little bit. So this is a really, really nice magical pose. Targets the inner lines of the legs. Your adductors, your inner groin, inner thigh. This area rarely gets stretched. And to improve range of motion in our hips, we need to stretch it every single day. Most of our day we're walking into flexion and extension. We do one movement with our body most of the day. Our body becomes good at it, but it gets a little bit poorer in different movements. So moving the body across the planes. Abduction, adduction. Excellent. Take your time. Walk your hands in. Heel toe your right foot into the center of your mat. Side plank on the right. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Step your right leg back to meet your left leg. Plank pose. Push the mat away from you. Find a strong plank. So side plank on the right. You can place your right hand into the center of your mat. Roll over the other edge of your right foot. Stack your feet. Inhale. Raise your left hand. This bottom hip. Lift it as much as you can. If that means you have to drop your bottom knee, feel free to drop it. Raise your left hand. One other option, if you have sore wrist, drop your elbow. You want to take a little bit further today, challenge yourself. It's Monday, why not? Lift your top leg. And smile. And say, thank you, Adrian. Holding Vashisthasana. It's challenging. You're going to want to come out of it. Don't. Do as much as you can. If you need to take a child's pose, of course do. 3, 2, and 1. Place your left hand back on the mat. Plank pose. Inhale and plank pose. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale and downward dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Left foot outside your left hand. Remember, you can drop your bottom knee. Your right knee, lizard. Maybe sliding your hands forward. Feel free to rock into your hips a little bit more. Rock side to side or forward and back. Lovely pose, lizard pose. So our target area in lizard pose, just so we know, is the front of our right leg. We're targeting hip flexors, quadriceps. And if I drew a circle in and around that left hip, that's the next target area. You may feel a little compression in the groin and thigh left side. Compression is in range of motion. Remember, you're moving your body into the full range of motion. It's quite good for it. If it's bearing on pain, just ease off. Okay, drop your right knee to the mat. Walk your hands over towards the right hand side of your mat. Okay, roll to the inner edge of your right knee and slide your right foot back, or your right heel back a bit, and then walk your hands out. So once you're feeling a sensation in the groin and the thigh, both legs, you're doing the pose right. If you're not, shape your body to feel that sensation there. Maybe moving to the left or moving to the right is going to help. So you know your body. Target areas, inner groin, inner thigh. Excellent. Coming back out, walk your hands back in. Making our way back to plank pose, the side plank on the left. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Step your left leg back to meet your right leg. Plank pose. Side plank on the left. You have your options. Drop your elbow if you need to. Drop your bottom knee if you need to. Roll over the other edge of your left foot. Stack your feet or one foot in front of the other. Inhale, raise your right hand. Push the mat away from you. Maybe lifting your right leg. Holding. 3, 2, 2, 2. Well done. And 1. Place your right hand back on the mat. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your knees to your edge of the mat. Take a brief moment in child's pose. Sit back. Sit your bum back and heels, hands forward. Let's finish off our sequence with shoulder stand. For those of you who have more time, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left in our class. If you have more time, I'd recommend you swing your feet up against the wall, legs up the wall, and finish with that for about 10 minutes if you can. I'd highly recommend it. Your body and your mind will thank you for the rest of the day. Otherwise, we're going to spend about 5 to 8 breaths in shoulder stand. Option 1 for shoulder stand, blocking under the lower back. Take your feet up towards the ceiling. Option 1. Option 2, hands to lower back. Sorry, option 2, your feet are slightly behind you, half shoulder stand. Full shoulder stand, walk your hands up your back, point your toes up towards the ceiling, stack your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders in one line. So we're going to take maybe 5 more breaths here in shoulder stand. So our inversions play a big part of our practice. Usually come towards the end of the practice. Reversing blood flow, slowing down the heart rate, encouraging the flow of lymph in your body, which help fight bacteria, thus improving your immune system. never been a better time to improve your immune system. Improving circulation, aiding digestion. So many benefits, just to mention a few. Take another breath or two here. And then slowly you're going to make your way back out of Sarvangasana. Knees to chest, roll yourself back down. Draw your right knee into your chest and rock yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So coming back up to a seated position. For me, I like to use a prop in a seated position for my seated meditation. You can roll up your mat if you like, or sit on a pillow. But as I'm sitting on the prop, I'm on the edge of the prop. My sit bones are on the edge of the prop. What that does, it tilts my pelvis forward slightly. Gives me an uplift in my spine. Also takes the pressure off my knees. So place your hands on your thigh muscles for a moment. Sit tall, close down your eyes. So again, I'll recommend, if you can, take 5-10 minutes. For me, trying to fit in a few postures in 25 minutes can be quite challenging, because usually I don't allow time for the last posture, which is just as important. So if you have time, please take it. Put me in silent and take 5-10 minutes, and you'll see massive difference in your practice. Other than that, it's gone past the 25 minutes, and I'll apologize for that. Sign off our class, eyes closed, hands into a prayer position, sit tall. Take a deep inhale in through your nose. Exhale, side out. So we finish our class by saying namaste to each other. Namaste meaning the good in me sees the good in you. Bow your head to your hands. As always, a sign of gratitude to you, to your practice, to be able to practice yoga. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the practice. We're back here again Wednesday and Friday, so set your alarm clocks. As always, if you've enjoyed today's practice with me, please tell as many people as you can meet along the way today. Maybe you might encourage them to roll out their mat, and you might help them along their journey too. Okay, guys, have a lovely day. Thank you.